Hello and welcome to Bio 140, uh, Forensic Biotechnology. I'm excited. I've never gotten to teach this course before, and I've been having so much fun going through all of the information. Um, a lot of you who signed up have had me before, and you're expecting us to meet in person on Wednesday because this term starts on Wednesday. However, things have needed to be adjusted to make this a hybrid, and we will be meeting on Mondays. So I will see you for the first time this coming Monday. Um, I'll explain everything in class at that point as to the reasonings and whatnot. For those who already have met me, you'll remember last term I had knee surgery. I am somewhat out of the full leg brace, but my knee's not quite working right. I'm 100% weight bearing, but I'm very slow. My knee doesn't bend the way it's supposed to. And this coming Thursday, I have my follow-up appointment and we'll see what's happening then. So when you see me on Monday and I'm all like wonky with my walk, uh, you'll know. And sitting here, my knee still does not do a 90-degree bend. And so sitting is a little interesting. And so you're going to see me be a lot more than usual. But anyway, since we are not meeting on the first day, which is Wednesday, well, I should say Wednesday the 7th, I figured I was going to do the syllabus video to show you how the course is going to be run. I would say answer some questions, but you can't technically ask me any questions right now. So I am going to answer the questions that I feel you might have. My hope is you will take the time to watch this, and Monday we can hit the ground running. So without further ado, let's do that share the screen thing so we can look at everything. Although I have this set up currently for 123, which I'm also teaching, so let me go to you. This is Bio 140. I have it in the student view, so it will look how you will see. As usual, we have our home page. If you click the, really, it was doing this a moment ago too and wouldn't let me do things. Let me guess, is it gonna not let me leave student view? Oh, no, it did. Thank God. Okay, just deal with it being a slightly different view. When you click on homepage, which I highly recommend, this tells you about the course. It's going to let you know who I am, Linda Bernhardt, email address, this is how you contact me, and our important dates. Our important dates are class begins January 7th. January 12th is your drop ad deadline, and that's right around when we're meeting for the first time, in person, I mean. We also have 2 Monday holidays. We have MLK and we've got President's Day. I have been informed that the President's Day one, they are wanting us to try to meet on Tuesday, the 17th of February. I have to find out if that's possible for me, and I'm going to find out from you guys as well, because if no one can make it, you know, um, but we are going to discuss this one in class on Monday. Okay, so that is the home page. When you come back here, I want you to notice this, PAHV. This is basically proof of your attendance. You will notice this says prerequisite down here. So you cannot access the stuff in week 1 until you do this, the PAHV quiz. It's very simple. There's only 3 questions. You just have to go in there and answer them. This is proof of you attending and acknowledging that you know this is a hybrid and you need to actually do stuff. So do that. Do that above all else. Do it as soon as you can. I'm planning on publishing these classes early. I'm planning on these being published by Wednesday night. So I don't have official start times on here. I do have end times, but I don't have start. So if you come in, you should be able to access everything immediately. All right. Now, I'm going to be deleting my PowerPoints because I've been going through them and they're not huge. And so Each of these, and I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. Each of these, you're just going to have the week 1 details, which I'm going to show you in a second, the PowerPoints for the week, your quiz, the same usual, which I'll talk about again in a moment, but it's 15 questions, multiple choice. You have 30 minutes for the quiz, and it takes your average score, not the best score, your average score. Extra one, anyone who's had me before knows that I will put every single question from the question bank in there. They are extensive. Some are way more extensive than others, but I tried my hardest to go through and weed through them to limit just how many there are. This is your assignment to make up for us not meeting in person on January 7th. So you have a January 7th assignment. Mainly because when we go over the syllabus, you're going to see that we have in-class / hybrid assignments. And so anytime we are not meeting, you will have something to answer. And this will be covered in the lecture video for that time period. And then we have labs. We have lab 1 and lab 2. So before I go into depth on these, let's take a look at that syllabus. So here's the syllabus. These are a whole bunch of due dates. I'm still working, obviously, on some of them. Oh yeah, those are all those in-person things. Some of those, it's just going to be when we're in there. If you want to just look at the syllabus, do not click this. If you click this with the arrow, that downloads it, which you are welcome to do. But if you don't want to keep downloading everything, just click the button, the line, and that will bring up the syllabus. Eventually. I guess I'll sip water while I wait. All right, here we are. So forensic biotechnology, bio 140, and this is quarter 3. So here I let you know that we meet on Mondays. I hope you're seeing this because you should. Anyway, we meet Mondays from 8 a.m. to 11:55 a.m. That means do your best to be in the classroom by 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday. We have a lecture room, which is room 5. And then we also have a lab where it's down the hallway outside. I guess I should say walkway, not hallway. And the door or a plaque next to the door says 6, but on the door is a giant white 11. On Monday, I will walk everybody down there so you know exactly where it is. Here, it's just reminding you it's me, Linda Bernhardt, and the email. We have the stuff that we tend to have in here, the description, your objectives, your book, that kind of thing. Class format, lecture and discussion. I expect you to interact. I am not going to stand there and just talk and that's it. You have to interact with me. You have exams, tests, because we kind of have to do that. We have a writing assignment. And then, of course, your grades. The way your grades break down, this has to be a weighted percent because that's how GMC likes it. And so 30% of your grade is going to be based on your exams. There will be 4. There will be 1, 2, 3, and your final exam. Those 4 tests are 30% of your grade. Then we have labs, which are also 30% of your grade. I believe there are 14 labs total. So don't miss them. In-class assignment. The in-class assignment is also your hybrid assignment. So like January 7th, since that is a hybrid day, as in an online day, you will have an assignment. For week 2, on January 12th, I believe it is, we will meet in person. So your in-class assignment will be something we do in class. Then the following Wednesday, we'll have a hybrid assignment. I hope that makes sense. And again, we'll cover this again on Monday. Then we have quizzes. There is a quiz every single week. And I already talked about that some. And then here's the big one. We have a current investigation assessment project, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. This is 10% of your grade. This is something you are going to begin working on around week 6, and you turn it in week 8. But I'm going to talk about it right away, and we will talk about it again in class on Monday, because you need to be putting a lot of thought into it, and everything you're learning throughout the term is going to go in here. So think of it as like a capstone project. It's to show everything that you understand. Okay. This is all the stuff we're supposed to put in here. And I realized there should have been a space there. I don't know why there's not. And here's a big one. I do not do makeup assignments. I don't do it. Don't miss it. Everything I assign you that is online, you have plenty of time to do it and turn it in. If you know it's closing Sunday night at 10 and you don't bother even beginning it until that same day, that is not my problem. I open almost everything on Sunday and then close it the following Sunday. So you have a full week to do almost every assignment. And I keep saying almost, there's a couple of parts, which I'll explain. So if you want to do well in this course, start early. Do not wait until something is almost due to start it. That's how you mess up. And a lot of people have issues with this, and that is just bad time management. And I do understand people work and have lives. Trust me, I get it. And I'll talk again about this on Monday. But you have to actually make it a priority. I am not going to reopen things. There you go. All right, we're going to scooch on down. This is all good stuff for you to look at, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Okay, this one right here. This is the big one. Assignments close at 10 p.m. Every single assignment I give you closes at 10 p.m. Unless otherwise specified, it will be on Sunday night. The reason I say unless otherwise specified has to do with weeks that you take an exam, because I am not going to use our very limited in-person class time for your exams. So all of them will be online. On a week like, here we go. On a week like this, week 3, we're not meeting on Monday because of MLK holiday. But you do still have chapter 7 to cover, which means you're also going to have a quiz covering chapter 7. So you will have a quiz and an exam on the same week. When that happens, the quiz will lock Thursday night at 10 p.m. The exam will open Thursday morning at midnight. So they have a little overlap on one day. And then on Sunday at 10 p.m. is when exam 1 closes. I have the quiz and the extra quiz close early so you can use them for studying and preparing for the exam. I hope that makes sense. So this is how your entire term is going to be set. Monday are the days that we meet in person. Wednesdays are listed as your online days. So that means we do not meet on these days. These are all online. But I highly suggest not waiting until Saturday to look at the stuff, because everything you see listed in this column will be online. That means you will also have a video lecture covering chapter 1 and 2. And when you view the video lecture for chapter 1 and 2, there will be something mentioned in there that typically goes with your in-class assignment. I have to double check. I don't think I did that for the first week because I didn't know how many people would watch this, and I wanted to be able to talk about it on Monday. So let me use week 2 as an example. So your in-class hybrid type assignment for January 14th will be based on the video lecture I do for chapter 5 and 6. So when you watch this, I will straight up say somewhere in there, this is the question for your video, for your assignment. And the assignment will just say, answer the question mentioned in the video. So without watching the video, you will not know what the question is, because again, it is to give you credit for having done what you should have done. And since it's a hybrid, I can't cover everything on Monday. So half I cover on Monday, half I cover on Wednesday. I didn't write the labs on here, but you're going to have a lab for each of these. So there will always be an online lab and then our in-person labs. And I told you about a project, and I'm going to cover that in just a second here. So this is just what I want to show you. This one, March 2nd, this is our last day. I like to have a little party, like a woo kind of party. So plan to be there, please. Okay, so that is our syllabus. Now let me go back home so I can cover a couple of other things real quick. All right. The welcome just welcomes you to the class. The important dates are also in the home page. I told you about the PAHV thing. And the last part I want to talk about is about the project. So I put it up here so you can go ahead and start looking at it and planning. This is literally what the assignment states. So you are going to have to construct a case summary about a crime that is either currently under investigation or it's been solved within the past year. That means an actual crime right now. I'm going to be very forgiving about which kind you want because I want you interested. I am not picking the same crime for everybody. I'm making you pick your crime that you want to check out. And in the summary, there's going to be 3 parts that it's getting graded on. And why in the world did this change from 123 to 113? That's weird. I'm going to have to fix that. Can I fix it right here? There we go. Okay, so why in the world do you show a 2? There we go. 2. And now apparently I have to fix that one. No. Well, that is problematic there, isn't it? Okay, how can I switch this one to a 3? And yes, I am aware you do not need to be here for this, but this is very annoying. Okay. Cancel. Do you wish to continue without saving? Yeah, of course I want to continue without saving because I don't know what in the world just happened. Let's see. Clearly identify your chosen crime, describe development of forensic science that best served the investigation into this crime. Okay. And then this one, let's see what happens if I okay. Clearly describe procedures that were used when securing that crime scene. And then this goes into detail about what you need to do. And then this one is to evaluate physical evidence. Haha. Or evidence collected methods learned in this course to understand. So that is what this information is. And I'm so happy I fixed that. And yeah, I'm probably not editing it out. So 3 parts. I gave you all the detail I could for each one. You are not expected to start this right away because you need to learn something first. But this is so you can start working your brain as to what kind of crime you want to look at. And dude, I got many in my head. So there you go. So that is the project that again will open on week 6 and it locks on week 8. Okay, yeah, this is what I was going to look at. Okay, January 7th. I did go ahead and make you one. So this is because, again, I did not want to, I didn't want to ask for something and people just not understand it yet. All the rest of these types will be based on the video lecture. So this one, I'm just getting you started. I'm letting you know I need to know you. That's it. So just answer these things. Then for the lab 1, lab safety. So I said I have provided a video covering lab safety. Well, poo, I guess I need to make that then, don't I? Okay. And then lab number 2 is getting started. So really everything for this first week, I've tried to make as simple as possible because A lot of times there is confusion about starting a term on a Wednesday instead of a Monday. I still don't understand why it happens and people get lost. And so you will also know or notice, hopefully, all of these are locking on January 13th. These are not locking on on Sunday night, because in case anybody was confused, we will meet on Monday and talk about it, and you still have time to get caught up. I am doing my best to keep you from being behind. So I guess the most important thing is to do that PAHV thing first. Yeah, I think that's it for the welcome syllabus video. I should have told you more about myself, but meh, that's easier to do on Monday in person. And I know most of you already. So this is the basic syllabus course overview video. And apparently now I have to make a lab safety video. And then I will be doing the lecture video for chapters 1 and 2. Yeah, I guess that's it. Peace.